You're welcome to Daily Bread. This is Joshua Jeremiah, your host. It's a great honor and a great privilege sharing God's word with you. We don't take it for granted. We give God all the praise and glory for this opportunity. And we thank God for you for taking the time to watch and to share these with as many as you know. Please continue to do that. Help us spread this everywhere so it can get to the ends of the earth, blessing, impacting, and transforming the lives of many in Jesus' mighty name. What is really happening? There will be times these questions would arise in your mind, will pop up in your mind, in your spirit. And it's usually when you can't explain what you're going through, what you're experiencing at that moment. And whenever you hear such a question from anyone's mouth, know that they can't explain what they are going through. Everything happened suddenly, caught you unawares. It was sudden, quick, fast, and devastating. You have experienced great losses. There will be times when you will not be able to explain a lot of things happening in your life. And what do you do at those times? You just have to trust God absolutely. Just trust Him. When you're walking through the valley of the shadow of death, like Psalms 23 says, what you must do is that you must learn to trust the voice of the Lord speaking and leading you through it. It's a valley of shadow of death. It's dark. You can't find your way. You must learn to trust the voice. Keep going straight, turn right, turn left. It's so on and so forth. When you're walking through the valley of the shadow of death, you must learn to trust the voice of the Lord speaking and leading you through it. Trust Him absolutely. Even when you can't see Him. There'll be times where you won't see Him, but learn to trust Him. There'll be times where you'll be overwhelmed by situations. And at those times, what you must do, never let go of God's hands at those moments. Why? Because He alone is able to see you through them. If you let go of His hands, you're gone. In fact, at those moments, further entrench yourself in Him. Dig more defensive ditches around His word to protect yourself. Dig your foundations further deeper in Him. Go into His word and stay there. Psalm 61 verse 1 to 4. Hear my cry, O God, attend to my prayer. From the ends of the earth I will cry to you. When my heart is overwhelmed, surrounded by so many things that I can't seem to answer to all. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that's higher than I. Oh, there's a rock that's higher than you. You know, God said to Moses, come by me. I will hide you on the rock beside me. There's a rock beside him. He said, lead me to the rock that's higher than I. For you have been a shelter for me, a strong tower from the enemy. I will abide in your tabernacle forever. I will trust in the shelter of your wings, Selah. When my heart is over, lead me to the rock. I can't help myself. Lead me to the rock that's higher than I. The rock of ages. He's the one. Job's unexplained losses. I told you, there'll be times that you won't be able to explain what's happening to you. You would ask, what's really happening? Like Job's unexplained losses. He lost everything and could not place his finger on what was responsible. But he responded in a certain way. We'll get to it. Job 1, verse 13 to 22. And there was a day when his sons and daughters were eating, and were drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And the messenger came to Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the donkeys feeding beside them when the Sabeans raided them and took them away. Indeed, they have killed the servants with the edge of the sword, and I alone have escaped to tell you. And while he was still speaking, another also came and said, the fire of God fell from heaven and burned up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I alone have escaped to tell you. And while he was still speaking, another also came and said, the Chaldeans formed 3 bands, raided the camels, and took them away. Yes, and killed the servants with the edge of the sword. And I alone have escaped to tell you this. While he was still speaking, another also came and said, your sons and daughters, this was the height of it. Before now, they were properties. You know, you can lose properties and gain them back again. You say, well, I worked hard for them, so God will help me. I'll be able to gather. But then these were the heights of it, his children. Your sons and your daughters were eating and drinking wine in their oldest brother's house. And suddenly a great wind came from across the wilderness and struck the 4 corners of the house, and it fell on the young people, and they are dead. All of them. And I alone have escaped to tell you this. All. And I alone have escaped to tell you this. Then Job arose, tore his robe, which is a sign of grief, and shaved his head. And he fell to the ground and worshiped. My God. Instead of going hysterical and going crazy, look at what he did. He fell to the ground and worshiped. And he said, naked I came from my mother's womb. Do you know that's how we all came? We came with nothing into this world. You brought nothing into this world. And you take nothing out of this world except the lives of people you impacted while you're alive here. But you take nothing out. Everyone was born poor into this world. Everything people acquired, they acquired them here. They didn't come with it. And you take nothing except what you use those wealth and positions for. You use them to impact society, impact the lives of people, advance the frontiers of God's kingdom. Those things will count for you. Job arose, tore his robe, shaved his head, fell to the ground, and worshipped. And he said, naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked shall I return. The Lord gave, the Lord has taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. And that's not entirely true. He didn't take it away. The Lord didn't take it away, even though he allowed it to happen. Verse 22. In all this, Job did not sin nor charge God with wrong. My God. He had lost everything overnight. All this happened in one day. Lost everything overnight. And to top it all, lost all his children. The future. His children are the future. Verse 22, Job 1:22, the NLT reads, in all of this, Job did not sin by blaming God. The Bible said, the New King James says, in all of this, Job did not sin or charge God with wrong. Many people will have started pointing accusing finger at God. Where are you, O God? I trusted you. I believed you. I walked in you. I followed you. I did everything you asked me to do. Why did you allow this? You are this. That's when they begin to talk anyhow. The Bible said in all of this, Job did not sin by blaming God. So whenever you blame God for predicaments, for things that happen to you, you are sinning. The Message translation reads, not once through all this did Job sin. Not once did he blame God. I like you to take note. The attacks on Job did not stop at that. It increased. Because when the devil struck and saw that, after all this, the man still will not blame God, will not point, because the challenge was that touch all he has, he will curse you to your face and turn his back on you. Job did not. He didn't blame God. He rather fell down and worshiped God. He said, naked I came, naked shall I return. And so the attacks on Job increased, but Job will still not blame God for his predicaments, even when he couldn't explain its source. He still will not curse God. The second, wave of attack came in Job chapter 2, verse 3 to 10. Because Job would not curse God, he made the devil angrier. Job 2, verse 3 to 10. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant Job, that there is none like him on the earth, a blameless and upright man, one who fears God, shuns evil, and still he holds fast to his integrity. after what he has gone through, lost all his wealth, lost all his children, he's still holding fast to his integrity, although you incited me against him to destroy him without a cause. Verse 4. So Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin. Yes. All that a man has, he will give for his life. Stretch out your hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will surely curse you to your face. And the Lord said to Satan, behold, he's in your hand, but spare his life. Again, God gave Satan permission and direction to strike at Job, but you can't take his life. And so he couldn't take his life, but he had to strike at him. So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and struck Job. Can you see what he did? He struck Job with painful boils from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head. Every part of his body, from the soles of his feet to the crown of his head. And he took for himself, Job, a potsherd with which to scrape himself while he sat in the midst of the ashes. It was bad. And then take note, he says skin for skin, flesh for flesh. He's talking about his wife. Push it. When Job becomes terrible, his wife will push it. Verse 9, then his wife said to him, that's skin for skin, bone for bone. Remember when Adam saw Eve? She's my bone, she's my flesh. Then his wife said to him, do you still hold fast to your integrity? Because Job was still holding on to his integrity in God. Do you still hold fast to your integrity? Curse God and die. You know what she was saying? You are better dead than living. Job's wife became a tool for the devil to seek to actualize his agenda in Job's life. When she started saying out of her mouth Satan's exact word, curse God and die. Those were the words of Satan. He said, touch him, he will curse you and die. And then it came out of Job's wife's mouth. Curse God and die. Satan was walking through her. It was Satan who used those words to God concerning Job. Here we see Job's wife using the same words, curse God. Then Job responded, verse 10, said to her, you speak as one of the foolish women. You speak as one of the foolish women. Shall we indeed accept good from God? And shall we not accept adversity? In all this, Job did not sin with his lips. He refused to curse God and die. He said to her, you speak as one of the foolish women. Don't speak like a foolish woman. Don't speak like a foolish man. Foolish as in one who is without understanding what's happening. When you don't know what's happening to you and can't seem to explain anything, don't panic. Trust God more. Put your trust in him, absolutely. You know why? Because he knows the plan he has for your life. They are plans of good and not of evil. And as you trust him more, know this also. Nothing happens without God's permission or direction. And so if God directed or allowed what you're going through happen, then he must be up to something great. And hear me well. It's not going to be over until you come out on tops, shining in the light of God's glory. God bless you and keep you till we meet again in Jesus' mighty name.